how I discovered the path to your best life and world peace. That will be an article that I'll put up because I would love for you to read it. But that is what I have done, and that's what my life has led me to. And you're here to do something as well, and it's probably calling to you right now because our world is moving through energetic changes and they affect all of us in different ways. But I'll tell you what happened for me. And sometimes this could come up for you where you discover something that has never been done in human history. And then you have to sit with that for a while and kind of try to accept it. But I think that's every single person. You see, because we have something that we're meant to develop, and it happens as our world changes, as we grow, as we mature, all of those things start to come about. And yeah, sometimes when you're much older, it makes more sense, but it doesn't matter. That your age has nothing to do with it. It's your willingness to discover who you are. And we will each be on different places in our lives and our evolutionary journey, depending on how much we've been programmed to believe we can achieve certain things, how much we've been programmed to believe that we are not enough. And you might really be feeling that at this time in our world because we're moving through what people have called the big shift or separation, and that is true because you get to decide. You couldn't decide unless you had those things occurring in your life and in our world, and that's what we all have, and we have to make a choice. And that choice is about honoring who you are, owning your abilities, your talents, your gifts, because we're all born with them. Sometimes it takes a while for us to do that, which is what's happened for me. But today I'm changing that. Actually, it's tomorrow because I'm putting up the message you'll see, and I'm sending it to my mailing list today. Um, and this is what I'm saying. I was given the path to your best life and world peace. Now, the world peace I may never see because not everyone will do this. But your best life, I do know I have that because it's energetic again. And that's what I developed. Who knew this was going to occur? When I started receiving Wilhelm in 1989, I was never going to tell people. I kept it to myself. I went through everything difficult, challenging, horrible in my life, and I'm still writing and receiving it and putting it together and saving them and not understanding why until it's revealed to me that it's a complete philosophy that could change anyone's life and our planet. Because as humans, we all operate the same way. We come into the world and we have ideas, we have consciousness that we've taken from somewhere, and then we decide if we're going to move beyond what was limiting and create something new. And it's going to come through us, each of us, in different ways because we have different life paths. And mine was to become a mystic, sage, prophet, whatever you think of it, and bring in a work that could change our world. It changes our world because it changes you. It causes you to no longer be afraid, to not feel confident with who you are, to move through all the limitations that you've accepted that told you you weren't enough, and to also dismantle the idea that it's too good to be true. So I'm putting up the messages for August the 22nd, still the 21st today, but this is how I've received information. We exist in linear time, and that's how we understand things, but we've come to understand through our quantum sciences that everything is happening all at once. And when I'm receiving messages from Wilhelm, it's from that quantum field. I could not have known that either. And then I could not have known that I was doing it in an organized way, meaning that all the messages that I would receive over a particular date over years had a theme to it, to demonstrate how we grow in our consciousness individually and also collectively. And we would do it in different ways. I was never a regular channel, a person who channeled. I was never going to do that. And most people know I was never in that community. I never hung out with like spiritual folks. I never did any of that stuff. What I did was I was spending 36 years writing everything and living it and then proving it to be true. But it took a while for me to accept it, but I'm accepting it today or tomorrow, which is the 22nd, because that's when I am changing things. And I'm going to work with those people who want to become brilliant because now I have work to do. I have to finish putting this work up. I haven't done that, and I have to hire more people to do it because I'm not the tech person. I just receive the information. So that's my next bit because I have people who are waiting for more stuff, more of this information because they've already changed in dramatic ways. And I'll let you hear the first ones that happened 4 years ago. And now I'm finally getting to it. I'm saying this because you may have done the same thing. You're stuck at something and you can't get over it. It's your fear. That's all. We're only afraid of ourselves. That's all that comes up. And I put up something yesterday, said I feared myself, because I did, but for a different reason. I didn't understand it. I had developed this ability that I'd never seen in anyone else. How I could receive this information, interpret it, and it was also energetically aligned with events and things that were happening in the world, which is why I knew what would be happening in our world now. Why several years ago I made changes from my old self, my vocal coaching business, to do something different, because I said people will need this information a lot more. That's exactly what happened. And then I discovered that I was a pure channel, which I resisted. I rejected that. I'm not going to accept that. And then to discover I've done something that's so extraordinary that no one else had done, and then I judge myself for it. I'm saying this because a lot of times we do that. Because our skills, our talents, we don't know them. They haven't been here before. We haven't seen them, and so we're judging ourselves. Or maybe our parents told us we shouldn't be doing that thing, whatever it is. Yeah, I did a lot of that. But now what has happened is my life at almost 75 has given me the most powerful mindset, self-actualization, personal development program, philosophy that any person could ever have. I do know that. It took me a while to prove it, but now I do know. And so that's why I'm going to be changing, and the rate's going to be quite different. So those of you who want to come in now, do that, because your life will be changed. That I can guarantee, because I know how it works. So, but this might be the day that you're willing to change. And if you go to my site, any advice for today, I'll leave a link here. You'll see the messages I put up in the several days, where it's just years and years of mindset work, of all this work that completely shifted every aspect of my being, and can do the same for you. And I'm saying this now, and you never have to struggle or suffer anymore. I'm just saying this. You don't have to, because I've received all the information. I have received an answer to your question. And again, it doesn't matter who you are. I don't care how successful you might have been in making money or doing all those other things. There's probably still something else you're supposed to do. And this work helps you find that. It helps you move over your fear of doing it. That's really what it is. And hold your hand while it's happening. Because that's the only thing that happens for any of us. We become afraid of taking the next step. I'm taking the next step today, and I hope you do as well. And I'm going to leave a link to the article so you can read all of that, because I want you to I want to show you exactly what I've received, because it's an extraordinary, earth-shattering discovery of the organization of our universe, and that's exactly what came through me. But now you can take advantage of it and live your best life. Thanks for being here. Please check everything. Subscribe to the channel if it's your first time, and share it with others. See you soon.